Hello and welcome to Business Today. I'm Siddharth Zarabi and you're watching our show Easynomics. And what's special on this episode of Easynomics is the acquisition of the Blue Bird by Elon Musk and how he promises to transform the Blue Bird, which is the icon of Twitter, the largest online breaking news platform in a way in the world, a micro blogging platform. Many of us here who are watching this episode must be users of Twitter. And the story of the world's richest billionaire and his bluebird and what lies in the future is going to be followed by everyone, because after all, Twitter is also described as the newspaper of the world in some ways. So why has Elon Musk purchased Twitter? For a massive $44 billion, and that's not small change at all. And what is the intent behind the person who is revolutionizing space travel, promises to do that with reusable rockets? He's also ushered in a revolution when it comes to mobility through electric cars, Tesla, and he is also now working on underground tunnels for faster transport. So imagine a person who is on his way to ruling space in a way, space transport, space travel, who already is seen as the best innovator on the ground as far as electric mobility is concerned, and also underground. And now he has acquired a potent platform like Twitter, which is in the cyber world. There's so many questions that we can talk about, but I want to tell you two or three major things as far as you, especially our viewers who are in India and use Twitter for getting informed, for voicing their opinions. What does it mean? The first fact that we need to keep in mind, post this deal coming through and the Twitter board accepting Elon Musk's offer, and remember, initially there was a bit of hesitation, Elon Musk put out a tweet in which there are two critical statements, and those who use Twitter will understand the power of this. The first part, authenticate all humans. Remember, the blue tick is a very prized thing if you are on Twitter. It authenticates you. It says that you are actually the person and not a bot who is behind that account. The second, he said he wants to end the problem of bots and the spam, which is the useless, repetitive, artificial content that is pushed just to generate fake numbers on Twitter. So those two promises, if you add them together, along with his other promises about opening up the code, the real code, the secret formula on which Twitter runs, the algorithm, he said he will open it up. So when it comes to all of that, and he has spoken about taking the company private, it's a listed company right now. All of that means that Twitter is going to undergo a fundamental transformation. Will the blue bird change its color? Will it become red or white or black or some other color that Elon Musk likes or takes a fancy to? We don't know. There are people who are concerned and are saying the blue bird has been put in a cage, that the world's richest man will control opinion, that he will influence opinion in a certain way. And I personally think that it's going to be a different experience. Why will it be a different experience? Number one, Elon Musk is a disruptor in every sector and business that he has entered in, whether it be space, and the examples I gave you of electric mobility, underground travel. All of this means that he will approach Twitter in a very different way. And those 4 or 5 points that he has enumerated give us a sense of direction. And what does that direction mean? He believes in absolute free speech. Now, absolute free speech is easy to say, difficult to tolerate. And when it is difficult to tolerate, it means that people have problems with too much that is said on social media platforms. But when you link it with the fact that he is saying authenticate all humans, which means that if all users on Twitter are verified users, then a verified user who knows that his actual tweet will be read by people, he will be responsible for the content, it will automatically, to me, mean that hate speech, fake speech, and all the other ills of social media platforms like Twitter should reduce. That is the logical answer. I haven't spoken to Elon Musk. He hasn't given us an interview. We don't know what will happen. It will take a few months for this deal to go through. Second, by eliminating or substantially reducing bots, the artificial software code that inflates the number of followers. And there are various estimates. By one estimate, more than 1/3 of social media followers are said to be fake. They are bots which are generated by computers just to show numbers and valuation. The number could be higher. In some cases, it is said to be even more than half. Many people who have followers in lakhs and millions, it has been discovered, many of them are bots who are created out of server farms where there are people sitting and operating multiple fake accounts through computers. If he manages to deliver just on these two promises, and I'm not getting into the financial aspect and other things, and opens up the algorithm, then you will have a far more transparent, accountable platform where even if people say what they say, they will be held accountable. And finally, the big question, will Donald Trump come back to Twitter? Now, Donald Trump used Twitter for building up his politics. And he was accused of also using Twitter and his massive following for inciting a riot after the US elections, what Trump calls a stolen election. And he was thrown out of Twitter. And that is when people said, how can you have free speech being controlled and curbed in this manner? It's an ideological debate also, and in the weeks, months, and years ahead, with the blue bird acquiring a new owner, a new fragrance, things will change at Twitter. And I hope that the experience of Twitter for all of us who are users will be a more real, transparent, and informative one. With that, it's a wrap on today's episode of Easynomics. We'll keep coming back with more. Do write in and tell us if you would like us to share and talk about other topics. Till then, make sure you subscribe, like, and follow Business Today. Until I see you next time, bye-bye.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share, and subscribe.